Well, there's plenty that we're keeping track for you this morning with our reporters deployed to different locations. Katleho Sekhoto is awaiting the arrival of the Gauteng Education MEC, Madume Chilwane, who will give an update on the next year's admissions for grade 1s and grade 8. Meanwhile, Zola Sholan is monitoring preparations for a church service taking place in the ruins of controversial Pastor Mboro's Incredible Happenings Church in Katleho. Also later today, Ngobile Madlala will talk to Modimolle residents in Limpopo after the discovery of a suspected illegal firearms training camp. And let's start off here. We start off in Kempton Park, where the Gauteng Education officials will this morning tell us how applications for grade 1s and 8 have went so far. They close at midnight tomorrow, giving parents just one more day to submit the required documents. Newzroom Afrika's Katleho Sekhoto is now joining us for an update. Katleho, very good morning to you. Tell us what we can expect from the MEC. And we always know that year in, year out with the system, there have been complaints from some parents, especially when it comes to the schools that they have been allocated to their children.
Good morning, Eldrin. Indeed, many parents looking forward to seeing their children being placed in their first choice of school. Now, parents and guardians had a choice of a minimum of 3 schools and a maximum of 5 schools to choose from. And obviously, many hoping that their first choice is the ones that they get. But definitely, MEC Madume Chilwane did brief at the start of the opening of the application process that this year it's much more user-friendly and accessible, and that if you didn't have internet access as a parent, you could go to any of the 80 centers that were available without a charge, and you could apply online. So the MEC looking to see, from this briefing today, we'll certainly hear details about whether this year the process was much smoother. But I do have with me spokesperson for the Gauteng Education Department, Steve Mabona, to give us more details. Thanks, Steve, for your time. What can we expect to hear from the MEC this morning?
No, thanks very much. The MEC will be giving us detailed information on how we functioned, system, whether we had challenges or not, and what to look forward to. Mostly, you will also see how many, learners we are expecting, and looking at the system, where are we pressured? We'll give you your top 10 primary schools with the highest applications, and we'll give you the top 10 secondary, so that we have an idea, as a parent, whether where you stand a chance of getting, space at a certain school. That's why we'll normally encourage parents not to only apply to high-pressure schools.
Yeah. So at the start of the application process, the MEC did say that there was a delay in opening the process because of this year's elections. Can we foresee that there has been any problems because of the late start this year?
No. There was no problem because we had prepared already to start with the process, though we were just delayed by the 7th administration. But you know that administration does not stop because there's no political leadership. But we were prepared already. So that's why even when we started, we then had to compress our timelines to say when are we starting with the placement, up until when, and we then have to take care of other people that might have not applied, they were delayed, they didn't know. Some parents will tell you that they didn't know about the process. So really, we don't foresee any challenge because, check on the first day. We had a sizable number of applicants. Now we are talking over 700,000, applications that we've already processed. But we just want to encourage parents, the documentation, quite key. Even on the closure, you still have 7 days, to submit your documents.
And I guess just another one, Steve, in terms of the challenges we see at the start of the year, every time it's about parents who haven't placed or they applied late. Do you foresee those challenges happening as well next year? Are you anticipating that as has happened in previous years?
Yes, we anticipate a lesser number, though, of those that will come late. Because you look at the numbers, you check on the previous numbers, you check currently, we will know that probably we'll have an increment, but in anticipation, it will be a lesser number because most of the applications are in, and we will be in a position to plan. But the only challenge with those that will be coming late, mostly they will access schools that they don't want. They will tell you that the schools that are far, because most of the schools will be full. But we'll try by all means to accommodate, learners in different schools. But there are areas where overcrowding, even if we wanted, it's inevitable. You know that you will have your, opposition. They will come and tell you that children are overcrowded. But the question is, whose child must be at home? Though we are pressured, we have mobile units that we will augment with, but there are areas where even those mobile units can assist us because, there are so many people, like Johannesburg South. I mean, those areas there, there's such a number of people, a huge number. So we try by all means to accommodate, but also the choice. I mean, people then will have their own choice, which will then be a problem sometimes to accommodate.
We'll leave it there, Steve. Thank you so much for your time. Aldrin, you've heard it there from the Gauteng Education Department spokesperson, Steve Mabona, says definitely looking to lesser numbers of challenges at the start of the year and looking at about already 700,000 applications for the 2025 academic year, but definitely encouraging parents and guardians to make that application before midnight tomorrow.